Hello, hello, happy Friday. Let's get a little advice going into this nice long weekend of ours. I am excited to chillax. Get some stuff done around the house, which will be nice. Get some sleep. We have victory and success. It's a great card to get out of the gate. 6 of Wands. All right. I feel like this is like realizing you have the support you need when you need it. And understand that like you may not always see who's for you, but just know that there is many for you, okay? And you have this support. I feel like sometimes we, especially if you're on this journey with, you know, like I am, you know, we often feel like we don't have like a lot of support in the physical realm. And, you know, because sometimes like this healing journey is a lonely one. But just, I feel like, you know, it's just letting them know that like collectively you have support as well as on the spiritual end of things. Okay? It's like a little reminder. Little reminder, right? We have the King of Wands. That's fire sign energy. All right. So, you know, let's get a little more information before we go down that train of thought. Okay, we have the Magician. One more card. Then the Hierophant. I feel like, you know, with the King of Wands energy, this is about like staying true to your mission, your soul mission, like being devoted, being, you know, ambitious and motivated and taking on all the challenges that come with this path, okay? And, you know, really working on what you've learned, right? And mastering those skills and working with these tools, okay? A lot of us are starting to like really jump into our spiritual gifts, okay, and learn how to use them. And so, you know, that's kind of like what the Mastery / Magician card is. It's really about like, you know, learning and mastering skills. It's about like spiritual practice as they relate to the heart, the body, the mind, and the soul. And this is also about like alchemy. And learning how to use like learning how to alchemize and transmute energy as well. And then we have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant talks about like higher level education. It talks about like commitments and contracts and tradition, about the divine and a divine path and spiritual leadership, and divine guidance. So I feel like, you know, this is kind of like the first 4 cards out of this reading is kind of like a pat on the back, right? Because the first card out is like, you have victory and success. Like, so far, so good. Keep going. Okay, is what I'm getting. All right. Keep going. You're doing great. What else do I need to know? Feel like it's coming. We have the Star card. So this really talks about like having that light of God, okay? And having that earth angel energy as well. And just being a healer, okay? Being someone who's focused on healing so that they can help others heal, okay? And that's part of the mission here. That's part of why you're learning about these spiritual gifts and working with them. And, you know, it does take commitment. It does take devotion. You know, the Star card also talks about like being positive and surrendering to the divine, right? And the divine plan. It also talks about having faith and giving back, right? And just focus on being like spiritually and emotionally nourished, okay? Yeah. And making that like conscious choice of like transitioning from like being that hurt person who hurts others as a result of their own pain, um, to someone who heals people, right? Someone who is healed and heals others just by being themselves, their most authentic selves, with compassion, right? With understanding, with faith, right? Whatever faith you need to have. Because you too have been there. So it's about like you having that perspective, but also gaining a new perspective in the whole situation. Therefore, you can see the pain in others and you can help them through it because you too have done that process. Okay. Yeah. Empress energy, divine feminine. You know, the Empress really is someone who embodies all the queens. So she's learned all the different perspectives that go with that energy, right? And then, you know, knowing that like it, I also take the Empress energy as like someone who kind of like sits back and like observes versus gets super involved in things that may or may not align with her. I also feel like the Empress, you know, has compassion, has empathy. However, she knows when to get involved and when not to get involved. I feel like there's a lot of discernment that the Empress has. You know, the Empress, you know, sees things from a bigger picture. And I feel like the Empress also has like this abundant energy, very motherly, very nurturing, very growth mindset. Okay. I feel like the Empress, if it's not something that brings her growth and development, she's not really interested. Okay. She's like, okay, well, or if she's already been through that or experienced that, she's like, okay, well, I've already kind of experienced that. I'm looking to experience something else that's going to bring me more growth and opportunity. I feel like the Empress is very like, you know, about like creativity, right? And co-creating with the universe. And, you know, she understands like the natural order of things. Okay. And so she's very, you know, careful about where she aligns her energy. Okay. And I think that's really important to point out because she's very focused on balance. Okay. And maintaining a high vibration, because she understands like what that all means in the big greater scheme of things. Like this also represents like universal law. Okay, so you know, especially with the Hierophant here and the Star and the Empress, like the Empress knows how the laws of the universe work. Okay, and so she with the Magician energy here, like she's focused on like co-creating with the divine. Okay, so very high level, high vibrational energy here. Okay, especially with the Hierophant here. Oops, I switched these on accident. Put them back in their spot. All right. Oh, we have the Tower. Okay. What about the Tower? Okay. I feel like with the Tower and the World card, this is representing like massive transformation, like massive. And so understanding that like this is happening on like a global scale, okay, not just on a personal scale. And so this is kind of like all of this was like in preparation for this, okay. Because you know, with the World card, I mean, this energy, I mean, I don't know if you can see this like ring around this angel here, and this book of knowledge and wisdom has like a halo around it, okay? And then, you know, this is like protected energy around this angel. It's kind of like a golden halo, white light aura, okay, if you will. All right? So this is like divine white light, all right? And, you know, the wisdom and knowledge gained in this past experience and past lives that are coming together in this life are really like high level divine wisdom and knowledge that is being applied here to create stronger, better foundations, not just for the Empress herself, but collectively. Okay? This is like collective energy. This is like massive change. Okay? This is like things have to fall apart so that new things can be created, right? As well as like, you know, this is like major cause for change. So, you know, the Empress has had to, through her own life experiences, experience towers, right? Through her life in order to shed what no longer served her, right? And in order to understand that process, okay? And she's experienced this not just in this lifetime, but in past lives. So it's like a culmination, okay, of all of that. And it's a way of like, you know, establishing, you know, things have come like together, full circle. This is like an accomplishment, successful completion, reaching a specific level of expertise, as well as like moving on to the next level, okay? So this is representing, you know, quite an accomplishment. Knight of Swords, okay? Okay. Wow. I feel like I have like 4 crystals over here and I feel like I need to line them up with the rows of the cards. You know, like you get these intuitive hits that like some of these like... All right, so the next row of cards we have is the Knight of Swords, okay? Is this in the, let me just make sure this isn't upright. Okay, so the Knight of Swords really talks about like some sort of formal communication, some sort of formal action, okay? Because a page would be kind of like, you know, pages are messengers, right? But I feel like this is kind of like someone taking an action of some kind to communicate something, all right? And I feel like it has something to do with, you know, someone experiencing a transformation of their own, right? The Judgment card represents many things, but I do feel like the Judgment card here is really talking about someone is being forced to transform, all right? And not in the best way possible, okay? Like this kind of transformation is extremely painful, okay? With the Nine of Swords, this is at the bottom of the deck. And so this really talks about like redemption. It talks about like having to do an honest self-evaluation. And this is like, you know, it's like this is as a result of justice being served, judgment usually. And so another thing is that we have the Death card. So again, like death is like the endings. And as a result, it brings in new beginnings. It also is like going from the known to the unknown and kind of leaving the known behind and, you know, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and just having that faith and following the light. This card and what I'm picking up here is also about like ascension, okay? And a massive change of mindset, okay? And so I feel like this person or somebody here in this energy, it's not the Empress's energy, is going to be experiencing this, okay? As a result of what they've created, right? The law of cause and effect. And what they created was a lot of pain, all right? It's also self-inflicted pain as well as inflicting pain on others, okay? I feel like, you know, there was a lot of people involved here. There was a lot of things done to sacrifice somebody due to their like own inner wounds, right? Sometimes, you know, like I said, hurt people hurt people. I would say that this is kind of like everyone's ganging up on this sheep or this lamb. I don't know what kind of animal it is. I guess it's a lamb. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is also like a wolf in sheep's clothing being excommunicated or whatever you want to sacrifice or whatever you want to call it, right? And then someone kind of saying, well, I'm the victim here. Well, you're not really the victim, okay? And we're going to show you why you're not the victim. So I feel like that's what's happening with this energy here, okay? So, you know, things are being made right, okay? But it's part of the divine plan. And so just know that, like, while this energy is going on, right? While this energy is going on for whoever may have been on the other side, you know, of your energy, doing whatever they were doing, right? You will have a new beginning, okay? Because you did the transformation. You heeded the lesson. You learned what you needed to learn, right? And so you get to pass go, you get to graduate college, you know, in earth school, okay? And have that new beginning and start experiencing new things that are aligned with the next lesson in your life, right? Wow. You know, time, it's divine timing. So that's why like some of this energy still shows up in our readings, right? Because everybody's kind of not on the same timeline, if you will. So I feel like, you know, this is being kind of dealt with, I guess, all right, in one way, shape, or form. And so just know that and have compassion that like you may be picking up on some of this energy and they just are making you aware of what's going on so that when you do feel this energy or have that kind of channel download, and you know, you may actually hear about this, whether it's from the person directly or a friend or some sort of like common acquaintance, or it could just be downloads, right? Like I said, just know that like the best thing for you to do is, because after the bottom of the deck of this is just stay to yourself and mind your business, okay? And focus on the things that you want to create. Because then we have the Ace of Pentacles after that. Go to the Seven of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So, you know, this is what you're destined for. So keep focused, committed, and devoted, okay, on your path and what you're trying to create, all right? And let, you know, these kind of energies experience what they need to experience, okay? Because at the end of the day, like, it's for their highest and greatest good anyway. And like, you've already experienced this pain, so you don't need to experience it again through these people. Like, these people did this and created this pain for you, so you don't need to experience it twice. So they really want you to mind your own business, stay out of it. Otherwise, like, you could somehow be affected by their karma if you do get involved, if you do talk to them, if you do like answer that text, that phone call, or whatever. Like, they really want you to kind of like just stay out of it. Keep them blocked. Like, let them experience what they need to experience, okay? So that's kind of the advice. What else do we have for this wonderful, wonderful group of people that I get to read for every day? I enjoy this, you know, just as much as you guys do. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I split the deck. Light worker, healer, empath, and then I have unexpected income. So that, whoops, that confirms this, all right? Yeah, for sure. All right. All right. It's like, they're like, just shuffle. You're definitely getting signs and synchronicities. Yeah, this fell out. All right, pay attention to what's happening in nature, the triple numbers, the signs, like the divine is communicating with you. So just pay attention, be open to seeing the signs. Yeah, you are worthy. Focus on these I am statements, okay? take a spiritual bath and cleanse your energy. I recommend doing this on the full moon and the new moon. We have a new full moon coming up on the 3rd, I believe. Yep, they want you to get more connected, meditate, whatever that is for you, because there's more communication coming. Okay, they want you to spend more time in nature, so maybe this over this long weekend. See what you, yeah, and then there's the light worker card. Spend more time in nature. Yeah, I have water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have, ooh. All right, so they wanted to share that there's someone that's a water sign that's in someone's energy that's very immoral, okay, and does not have any integrity. Regardless of how they present themselves, at the end of the day, like, the divine sees things that you do not, so be careful. It's like a heads up. That person is sleeping with the enemy, all right, so this is very karmic energy here. And they have a lot of addictions, all right? So this would be alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling, and money. And there might be some, you know, rituals going on that they're doing. Just keep in mind that, like, if you feel like somebody's doing any kind of, like, ritual stuff on you, they can't touch you, all right? If you're high vibrational and you focus on love, all right? And you're doing your, again, here's the light worker card, and you're doing your own, you're doing what you need to do to protect yourself, okay? Which would be the spiritual baths, you're meditating, you're connecting, you're focusing on the I am statements. If you're feeling this kind of energy, you do return to senders. You're lighting your incense. You are, you know, cleansing your space, cleansing yourself. Highly recommend, you know, a nice big selenite wand, okay, to cleanse your energy. All right. You may even, I think they even sell these on Amazon. Okay. Yeah. Oof, yeah. Yeah, so as long as you're doing your part, and you're calling in, like, the archangels or Yeshua or Mother Mary or whatever that is for you, while you are connecting, right? And asking for that protection, you have to still do your part. But if you're feeling any kind of, like, yucky energy, you know, make sure you return that to sender. You know, create like an egg around yourself of divine white light, okay? And I do that with my selenite stick, okay? Or a piece of selenite, okay? This is a pink selenite, but you can use whatever you have access to, okay? Yeah, because it's whoever they're attached to, whoever they're sleeping with. I feel like it's karmic energy. They may be like working with a practitioner of some kind, but just remember that, like, as long as you are loving, full of love, like, that is your superpower, okay? And, you know, because of the journey we're on, there's always going to be, you know, energy, you know, trying to be sent to us. But as long as we do what we can to protect our energy and stay of the light, they have no effect on us. We are divinely protected. Yeah. Some of you might actually be like relocating and moving, okay? Which would be fabulous if that's what you're looking to do. So if you had questions about that, that's confirmation for some of you, not all of you. You do have a soulmate coming in, twin flame energy. A lot of us in this collective that I read for, we are preparing for a twin flame union, all right? And so that is why, like, what you experience is no joke, okay? Because the last thing this energy wants is for us to be with our twins, okay? To be in union with our twins, because that is, you know, some pretty powerful energy, especially like earth angel energy in these missions. So keep in mind that that's why, right, some of this energy is trying to create blockages, okay? And that's why it's so important to stay connected, do the spiritual baths, do the cleansing work, redirect your mindset from any kind of like feeling like you're picking up on this to those I am statements, to that positive mindset. Okay. That is what alchemy is transmuting that energy to the light of God. Yeah, look, they're experiencing a tower moment right now, all right? This energy is experiencing total destruction, all right? And so, yes, you're going to feel it in some sort of way. Not to the extent where, you know, you are being harmed in any kind of way, but you are going to feel the fact that, like, whatever's going on, whatever they created off of other people's pain is literally blowing up in their face, all right? Yeah, let's say toxic workspace, all right? So this could be you, this could be this energy that I'm picking up that you're dealing with. But yeah, and here's another thing to kind of keep in mind is that as this is all this is going on, like you're clearing your karmic debt. So it's like, yeah, this was kind of difficult, but yet at the same time, you're benefiting from it. Because, you know, part of the ascension process is to eliminate karmic debt, right? In order to ascend to higher frequencies, you can't be bringing this debt with you, all right? It's almost like if you think about, like, if you're going to buy a house, right? You can't have a shit ton of credit card debt, all right? You have to clear that out, right? Have a great credit score so that you can buy that house, or so that you can level up in the type of house you want to buy. Same kind of concept, all right? I need to give a little analogy there. Yeah. I have karmic third party involved, okay? I have God's wrath and judgment, all right? So I have judgment twice, 2 different decks. Then I have a karmic connection and lesson, all right? So you were with a karmic and you learned a lesson, and now this person is with a karmic and they're learning a lesson through another third party. So if you were put in a third party, your karmic has probably also been put into a third party. All right. So just understand that, like, that is also the way the divine works, right? They're like, oh, you want to create a third party situation for, you know, then you will also experience that. And that is God's wrath and judgment. Okay. It's almost like, so everybody learns the perspective. It's almost like, you know, when your coworker goes on vacation and other people have to pick up the slack. Well, they have to learn the job, right? They have to learn the experience so that when someone is not at work, someone else can pick up the slack. I kind of feel like it's similar to that, but it's in a way of like learning what it feels like to be put in a third party, right? After someone else has experienced being on a third party. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. We have past loved ones visit you while you were asleep. You are being divinely protected while you were asleep, okay? So before you go to bed every night, be grateful and ask for protection. And thank your ancestors for being there for you. Claim that your sleep space and your sacred space, the only energy that is allowed to be in that energy in your space is of the divine white light. Make a wish, all right? Your dreams are coming true, all right? I have fire sign energy. So I have water sign, fire sign energy. I did see earth sign energy, but the card didn't come out. We do have someone who's kind of like stalking, all right? This could be that third party karmic that they're involved in, whether that's masculine or feminine, doesn't really matter. They're probably stalking to see like what you're doing because they know the person that they're with still has feelings for you, and that's why they stalk. All right, yeah, what did I say? All right? False feminine, low vibe, watch for red flags. She's your stalker, or he's your stalker. Give them a good show. Like, tell them to go get some popcorn and shit, you know? Oh, brother. Right? Yeah, okay. Definitely picking up messages, definitely picking up, you know, thoughts, words, dreams, visions. Okay, so your gifts are going to be heightened. All right. The more this starts clearing out, the more you clear out karmic debt, the more you focus and connect with the divine and yourself, most importantly, the stronger these gifts are going to get. All right. They're like preparing you. All right. They're preparing you. They're preparing you to like legitimately get become a clear channel for them, all right, in whatever way that is for you and what's in alignment with your spiritual gifts. So you know, the more you spend connecting with your inner self, right, and not seeking outside information, clarity, whatever that is, the more you get connected and meditate and spend time with the divine and working with your spirit guides, the stronger the communication's going to get. All right. And that's the goal, right? Is so that, you know, they can communicate with you through a thought, telepathically, through a vision when you are meditating or sleeping, through a dream, because that's how you're going to be divinely guided. And so in order for that to kind of be in full force, this experience, this karmic debt, your energy, your frequency needs to be where it needs to be. Okay, so they're going to guide you along the way, and the best way to do that is to connect with them, right? To meditate, to get in nature, to, you know, be by yourself. Okay, a lot of times, like, we're alone right now. Like, a lot of us are alone. We're not out and about doing all kinds of stuff. Like, we're, you know, we are going within, right? We're in that hermit energy, okay? And then I also have spiritual gifts, okay? This is at the bottom of the deck, all right? Intuition, visions, dreams, all right? So this is how, like, this is preparing us to be those clear channels, okay? Yeah, there's a new opportunity coming and they want you to take a risk. All right. This is definitely going to cause you to step out of your comfort zone, but it's divinely guided. It may actually require you to physically move, and just know, like, the angels are with you and they are protecting you. Okay. So don't have any fear. No fear. No fear. Okay. They want you to focus on what you want to create. What's the life you want? Like, make a wish, like you do on your birthday cake. Make a wish. Focus on what you want to create for yourself. Someone has, like, extremely toxic friends. All right. So maybe evaluate who you are hanging around with. Or maybe this is the karmic energy. They have a lot of toxic friends. So just, like, remember that saying, like, you are the company you keep. Keep that in mind over this long weekend. Like, who are you chilling with? Make sure that you manage that. Divine justice, universal law. All right. So things are being brought to balance, even for that person's friends. Okay. All right. So I feel like the friend group, the community that, you know, is involved is also experiencing divine justice. All right. And balance is being restored in the situation. Yeah, there might have been some fraudulent activity. Many of us feel like a black sheep, and that's okay. We're not supposed to be like everybody else in our family. We're supposed to stand out and be different. Definitely having some unexpected income come in for some of you. Someone might want to reconcile, but just remember, like, those red flags, right? Yeah, we have success, all right, stability and abundance, okay? This is what they want you to focus on as far as manifesting the life you desire. This is like Queen of Pentacles vibes, all right? This is just an Empress vibes, like, you know, this is the goal. This is the growth mindset, right? Is to know where you're aligned and where you're not, and to act accordingly, okay? And focus on further developing these if you can. You know, maybe you look on Amazon, see if you can find a few books that might help you strengthen these gifts, okay? And, you know, I hope you guys have, like, a really kick-ass long weekend. I hope this message was helpful. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Take care.